Oi, welcome to Spirit Boost on Lockdown episode 2 as we look at the life of Cain and what God wants to say to you and me. Now, Cain has a bad reputation. He is known as the guy who killed his brother, which is horrendous. He was the first human being to commit a major crime, to commit murder. I mean, this guy was seriously twisted in some ways, but it didn't always start out that bad. We read in Genesis chapter 4 that when he grew up, he cultivated the ground, his brother became a shepherd, and it was time for harvest, verse 3. Now there were no rules, there were no laws, there was no preacher giving it some on a Christian satellite channel. Brother Cain, you need to give your love offering, you need to sow into this ministry, this harvest time, you need to give your best to the Lord, give it to me so I can get a new private jet. There was none of that nonsense or even the truth of give your stuff to God. He didn't have any of that teaching, and yet we read as he cultivated the ground, it was time for harvest, he presented some of his crops as a gift to God. So he had a heart of generosity, he had a heart of, I want to give something to you, God. What is it that God's asking you to give to him? What is it you feel that desire, that stirring in your heart? Do you ever have that? A stirring from God of, I want to give something to you, God. I don't just want to receive and take. I want to give back to you. And Cain does that. He gives to God. And then his brother Abel, he outdoes him. We read that his brother Abel brings a gift, the best of the first lambs. So Cain says, okay, God, here's a gift I want to give you. Abel says, here's the very best I've got. I'm giving you the best, God. I'm not holding back. I'm not thinking I need this for myself. I've cultivated this. I've grown this. I've looked after this. So I'm having this and you can have some little you can have some tidbits and leftovers. He gives the very best. And God accepts Abel's offering, but he rejects Cain. That kind of sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? That God says, you know what, this one I'm pleased with because you've given me the very best. This one you kind of had a good heart, but you didn't really come through on the delivery of what you gave me. And Cain is downhearted. We read that he's dejected, that he's angry. And God's like, why are you so angry? Have you ever been jealous of someone else? Have you ever thought that God is more pleased with another Christian? Have you ever looked at their life and thought, why is it that God is smiling at them, but I feel like God's not smiling at me? Why does it feel, I'm not saying this is true, but why does it feel sometimes like I'm doing this stuff and it's just not getting anywhere, but they're doing something for God and it's just exploding and it's growing? Don't be dejected. Don't get angry. Don't get jealous. Let's just keep a heart that is focused on God and chooses to say, actually, you know what, God, I should have given you the very best. That's what Cain should have learned. God, I should give you the very best that I have, not something second rate. And for you and me, let's not look at other people and be jealous and downhearted and feel like we're not good enough and God never wants to use us and we're too messed up and too broken and we're a failure. Let's just come back and say, God, I'm choosing actually to give you my whole heart. I'm choosing to give you the very best of me. That should be our response to feeling downhearted, to feeling like it's not gone to plan. Our response should be, God, I'm choosing to give you the very best. Not we could have made plans for the next few months and it's not gone as we thought it would. There's some other people, their plans might be really going well and our plans have all had to shut down because of lockdown. Well, don't be dejected, don't be downhearted. Choose to give your heart, the very best of you, to God and say, you know what, God, this is my act of worship to give you the very best I can. This is episode 2 of Lockdown Spirit Boost, looking at the life of Cain. We'll be back next week, but in the meantime, I'm praying that you encounter the love of God, that his word cuts you to the heart and it changes you. Let me know how I can pray for you. God bless, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit like, subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.
And if you want to get more involved in our work reaching out to young people across the UK and Europe, then you can support us by going to give.net or asking us a question below.